So on this channel, you might or might not already know, but I enjoy doing these types of videos as a form of inspiration for other people and just to make people feel like what they're going through, other people are going through. So that might be a clue about what's been happening in June. And if you're ready to find out what I've been making in June, then I'm ready. Let's go. Hello, my name is Juliet Uzor of SoSoNatural.com, a place for people who love to create their own clothes and own their style. And if this is your first time here on the channel, you are absolutely welcome. And I hope you do stay by subscribing. Okay, so we've had a lot of people join our channel lately, and I'm really pleased for that. I appreciate every single one of you. Today's video is just to open up to you and be accountable like we always do every month. And month of June, I would call the month of June a learning month because I learned a lot of new skills. I practiced and I perfected a few things. And rather than keeping it all to myself, I thought I would share with you what I've been doing in the month of June when it comes to crafting and making. Right, as a result of our current climate and people being more sensible when it comes to spending, I started this series where we look at different things that can be made with 1 meter of fabric. Well, this was one of them, and this top hasn't been shared yet because after creating the top, I then thought actually we could make it into an actual pattern. So I made it into an actual digital pattern, but this one here is a crop top, which I made so many times before I got it right. As you probably already understand, I'm sure you get it. So I made it alongside this pair of shorts, and this short hasn't got any waistband, just in order not to use too much fabric because we're trying to save those coins. So I used a side zip. So it's got a side invisible zip and facings, and the facings can be made using other scrap fabrics, which is the whole idea behind using just 1 meter or 1 yard of fabric, however you refer to it in the country where you are. So yes, I made it in June. So it was the pair of shorts and the crop top. But then this same crop top, I made different versions. Okay, so in order to get the pattern right, I made a large version of it. It didn't look right. The neckline of this one was a bit like a boat neck, so I included some bias tape to finish the neckline. Wasn't too much of a fan of this first version. That was the very first one, by the way. Then I went ahead to make it, but all of these won't get wasted because I'll still wear them. I just tweaked them to make sure that they looked better. But I think this was a second try. The second try, I made the neck a bit more round and not too boat necky. And I like this one actually, but something wasn't right with the length because it was too short. Look. So I had to change it again. I went back on the computer and changed it. Then this was the one where I got it right. I used bias tape to finish the neckline of this one. It isn't too cropped, this one. And but then the actual pattern is not too cropped, but people could go ahead to make theirs cropped if they want to. Final bust up was this one because I then went ahead because I know that this style is for beginners as well and people who are still new to sewing, and I know that inserting bias tapes won't be the easiest of things for them. So I changed the pattern again and included facings, so it would have facings, but it isn't ready yet. Apologies for that, it isn't ready. When it's ready, I will share it, please. But I just thought I'd be open and let you know what I've been doing, which is the purpose of this video. So I haven't been making for pleasure. I've just been making to learn because I'm learning how to grade patterns, how to change things up on the computer, and I inserted a button at the back and added a facing. So look at it. I will be sharing it, don't worry, I will definitely share it here on the channel, and it's got a little opening at the back. And yeah, I used a loop. You know how you could use your thread to create a button loop? That's what I did with this one here, and I really love this top. And this here was made using crepe fabric and not cotton. All the others were made using cotton fabric, and Cara and this gingham fabric here that is cotton. It's a bit like a cotton linen blend fabric, but the rest of them are cotton. But this was the only one that I tried to do it with, to create it using different types of fabrics, just to see how it would sit. And I'm leaning towards this more than the others. The others have more of a structured look, and this one is more draped and relaxed. Then I went on to this skirt. A few videos ago I shared, it was a vlog, I shared a wrap skirt that I had created, and I asked if people would be interested in that pattern, and I'm thinking about making it a free pattern on my in my resource library. I'm not sure yet, but it was a wrap skirt, and I just tweaked it a little bit and created another one for myself. Here it is. Now this skirt, I just played around with top stitching, so I top stitched it. Oh, I don't know if you can see it better, but anyway, I gave it two rows of top stitching at the top of the skirt band and at the bottom, and it's a wrap skirt, and it's top stitched all the way. It's actually a very top stitched skirt because you've got top stitching all over it, really, all over the skirt. You've got top stitching. So, but I don't know why I did that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just got there and carried on down. But anyway, this. Now, as we are open here and we share everything, this here was a bias cut skirt, and it's the most recent video here on the channel, and I shared a few tips on how to work on the bias. I hope you found that video useful. Now, I made this skirt using that pattern. I'll share it here on the screen for you. It created a lovely skirt, but guess what? I didn't like the look of it on myself. My body type is not the type that suits bias cut things. I just don't feel confident and comfortable wearing things that are cut on the bias. So this skirt it's a very well made skirt. It looks well, it looks nice, but it's not for my body type. So I will be giving it away to my niece, and yeah, it's a lovely simple skirt. Very easy pattern, very easy to work with, but bias cut skirts are not for me. And I mean, some people might like it, some people might not like it. So we've all got different tastes. So that brings me on to what we do when we get to the point where we've worked hard on something, we've really put in those hours and even the money, which is the fabric we've purchased, and things don't turn out the way we like it. So a few tips. If you don't like something, easiest thing to do is to donate it or to just gift it to somebody else. Another thing you could do is you can use it to create something else, even though people might argue that it's creating even more waste, and that's, I understand that, but if you have something that you really feel like the fabric is super precious to you and you don't want to give it away, then just turn it into something else. Okay, so a few things that I have been liking. I've really been liking inserting labels into my makes. Recently, I purchased some labels from Joy. Joy is at Pink Coat Club on her website is called Pink Coat Club, and she creates these really lovely labels. And I had a question under one of my videos asking why we need to include labels in our makes. So I want you to let me know in the comment section. I hope the person who asked the question gets to see it. And in my opinion, why I like labels is, well, I like labels because they show you the back. It lets you know which is the back and the front, especially if you don't have like a waistband that has the front zip front thing. If it's like a skirt like this one here, which is an elasticated skirt all around it, then a label will be fantastic on this one. Another reason why people might like to have labels on their clothes is just to personalize them. And we've got all these different fun oh, this is from Joanna. It says so lovely, and she's got another one. This is happiness is handmade. So little things like this are really, it's just a little special touch that you add to your me mades. And this is by Paige Joanna Design on her website and on Instagram. And these are small businesses, and they have these little things that people can purchase, and it also helps keep them going. So if it's something that people can afford, I think it's nice to include, but you do not have to. So let me know in the comment section if you use labels in your makes, and why you use labels. I would really love to read the reasons why people include labels in their makes. And I hope the person who asked the question gets to see your answers. So this is one of the favourite things that I've been loving this month of June. Even though I haven't done a lot of creating. I am going to be doing a lot of creating this month of July though. Mainly for my upcoming course. And you're going to be the first ones to find out about it. I'm going to be releasing my statement sleeve masterclass coming up soon. I have done lots of in-person workshops with people, and it was actually one of the workshops that I was supposed to do, but because of the lockdown I had to change it into an actual online class where many more people can attend. And I've had so many questions and DMs from people asking when am I going to start my online classes, and I think it's just the right time. I mean, it's the right time. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing in the month of June, apart from being slightly unwell, and apart from just working and practicing doing things over and over again to learn to do things properly. I've just been living. Okay, so I was back in the classroom. Well, obviously you probably know that in the UK some children are back to school. So I was back in the classroom and it felt like home. It felt so good to be back in the classroom. I'd actually missed it. I didn't know how much I'd missed it, but it made me realize how much I'd missed teaching. So I've been offered a job and I'll be back in the classroom. But no, I will still be uploading YouTube videos because I've always loved to create content around sewing and crafting, and even whilst I was in the classroom I always wrote on my blog sewsonatural.com, but I'm still going to be here and I'm going to carry on with what I love to do. So now that you've seen what I created in the month of June, even though there weren't that many, have you seen what I created in April and May? Don't worry, I've got you covered. It's all here on the screen and I hope to see you over at those videos. Enjoy the rest of your day. All the very best. Bye!